Let's check. Oh, yep, last one matches. So those are all different broadleafs. Okay, now I thought just for fun, we could do a little nonfiction book about leaves. I'm sorry, a fiction book about leaves. We're gonna read a fiction book. So this is not a real thing that happened. It's not full of facts. It's just fiction, just for fun. It's called Our Tree Named Steve. So it says this little note here. It says, "Dear kids, a long time ago when you were little, Mom and I took you to where we wanted to build a house for us to live in. But in order to build there, men had to come and clear the land." I remember there was one tree, however, that the three of you couldn't stop staring at. Adam thought it was crying. Lindsay said the tree looked nervous. And Sari, who was only 2 years old, couldn't pronounce the word tree and called it Steve. "I love you, Steve," she kept saying. And then Adam and Lindsay started saying it. And before too long, Mom and I got the hint. And we asked the house builder to please save Steve. The day we moved in, Steve was there to greet us. So when they built their new house, they made sure not to cut down Steve. They really wanted to leave their tree that they named Steve. He quickly worked his way into our lives as a swing holder, a target third base, a hiding place, and a jump rope turner. And whenever our dryer broke, he held our underwear with pride. Oh, that's funny. When their dryer broke, they had to hang up a clothesline on Steve. Yes, right there in the center of our yard, this weird-looking tree grew to become the center of our outdoor life. Through all our barbecues, campouts, dance parties, or when Adam and Lindsay started getting crushes on the Simon kids next door, Steve adjusted to our every need. And it wasn't always easy, standing tall through the snowstorms in the winter. Or when Uncle Chester napped in the hammock, that couldn't possibly have been fun. Not to mention the time that the sewer overflowed and Steve sucked up all the smelly water before it drowned Kirby. Maybe Kirby's the dog. Then he got sick himself, and so sick the tree doctor had to come and give Steve a haircut that made him look like a big thumb. So the tree Steve got a little sick. The tree doctor had to come and maybe prune some branches, make sure he was healthy again. Throughout the years, Mom and I have tried to show you, in a world filled with strangers, that peace comes with having things you can count on and a safe place to return to after a hard day or a long trip. Which brings me to the point of this letter. Last week, a storm hit our area. And though we spared Steve's life a long time ago, this time we couldn't save him. Oh, so a storm hit the area, and it was maybe really gusty winds, and oh, Steve fell over. Look how sad they look. Are we sad? Sure we are. But even in his final moments, when he could have fallen on our house, or Sari's swings, or Kirby's house, or Mom's garden, Steve performed his last trick and protected all of us to the very end. And friends like this are hard to find. So when you come home from Grandma's next week, Steve will not be there to greet you as he's done in the past. I'm sorry. But please know that Steve will always be with us in our hearts, in our thoughts, and in a different tree at the other end of our yard. See you next week. Love, Dad. Oh, so maybe with the wood, with Steve's wood, it looks like maybe they built a tree house out of Steve's wood. So that was a way that they could remember their special tree.